In this tutorial video, I'm going to discuss about discursive article. Discursive article is only written by students who are doing English ordinary level, specifically extended students only. Now let's look at what a discursive article is. A discursive article or essay is a piece of writing which discusses the topic on both sides by looking at the pros or benefits and the cons or disadvantages. And finally, the author or writer states his or her stance in the last paragraph. The stance refers to the author's strongest feeling about the topic or an argument. So this is what we're going to discuss in short on how to discuss the advantages and disadvantages, and then you give your stance, and then on how to write a discursive article or essay. Let's continue. How to tell during exams if the question is based on discursive article. During examination, the question that is based on discursive article or essay comes with different views. There are bubbles or boxes. Within this bubble or boxes, there are views, there are different views that are based on the topic. Some are against the topic, some are for the topic. But this is not an argumentative essay, it's a discursive article or discursive essay. And then I will give you an example of such questions, and then we look at how to write a discursive article or a discursive essay. Now, when you are writing a discursive article or essay, transition between paragraphs must be seamless to avoid having block paragraphs. This can be done by using suitable connectives or linking words. It usually carries 16 marks and it is 200 words in length. So I'm going to discuss with you again on how to avoid block paragraphs and what we mean by block paragraphs. Now, the structure for a discursive article: you have your topic, byline. This byline we are referring to the name of the author, and then introduction, under content 2 to 3 paragraphs, and then conclusion where you need to state your stance. The stance is the strongest feeling of the author regarding the question or regarding the topic or regarding the argument. Now, you can only include the byline once the question says write an article. But if the question says write an essay, you don't have to include the byline. So remember the question. If you have read the question is the one that can able to tell you what you're expected to do. It's very much important for you to read and understand the question. Now, let's look at this example. Example of a discursive article. For example, in this case, children in pocket money is our topic. The author is P.K. Katanga. After the topic, you skip a line, then you have your author's name. In this case, P.K. Katanga is our byline. Then from there, introduction. In the introduction, you don't have to introduce yourself. My name is Katanga, I live in Rundu, and in this essay I'm going to talk about the advantages and disadvantages of pocket money. Is not necessary. In your introduction, we are expecting you to discuss the topic generally by defining the keywords and other aspects. So it's not important for you to introduce yourself or to tell us what this article is all about. Remember, this is examination. So discuss the topic generally by defining the keywords and other aspects that are related to the question. And then under content paragraph 1, you discuss the benefits of giving pocket money to young people or children, and then paragraph 2, the challenges that could arise as a result of giving pocket money to young people or children. But when you move from paragraph 1 to paragraph 2, make use of connectives that can tell us that you are now moving from this point of view to the next point of view. Then you can avoid block paragraphs in that case. Then in conclusion, you now state your stance. In the last paragraph, you will have to wrap up the argument by stating your personal stance on the issue. So, like if you had 2 children who are debating about pocket money. One is saying pocket money is good, another one says giving pocket money is a challenge because of A, B, C, and D. Now, after you have listened to the two children, after you have waived their discussion, what are you going to give out as your final judgment? What is your strongest feeling about what they have said? In that case, once you write that, then we say that you are giving your stance on the topic or on an argument. Let's look at this question. Now, the question that we have here is that many young people do not receive pocket money from their parents or guardians. This often leads to them struggling to use money wisely. It's therefore important to make sure young people receive reasonable pocket money. Write an essay expressing your views on the above statement. You may use the comments below as guidelines. Also, include your own ideas. Your essay should be about 200 words long. Now, these are the boxes that we have here. Within these boxes, we have different opinions. Some are for the topic and some are against the topic. But what is the question? Do you understand the question? The question says, young people are struggling to use money wisely because their parents do not give them pocket money so that they can learn on how to use pocket money. So that's the question. Now, from the question, you need to get your topic. Then from the topic, then you skip a line, your byline. But in this case, the question says, write an essay. So in that case, we don't have to include the byline. Now, let's look at this example. The example that we have here. The example, children and pocket money. This is our topic. And P.K. Katanga is the author. But remember, this is just an example. We don't have to include now P.K. Katanga because the question says write an essay. Now, after you have written your topic and then you move on now to your introduction. In the introduction, we are expecting you to tell us if you understand what pocket money is. So, like in this case, pocket money is a small amount of money given to a child by their parents, typically on a regular basis. Then you can continue talking about any other thing which is related now to the question. You are just discussing the topic generally. And then in the first paragraph under content, you tell us about the advantages of giving pocket money to young people. You tell us about that. Then in the second paragraph under content, you tell us about the challenges that could arise from giving pocket money to young people. But make use of connectives that can able to show us that we are moving from this particular point of view to the next point of view by having to acknowledge what you stated earlier on in paragraph 1 under content. For example, despite that pocket money teaches budgeting skills and so forth, like you mentioned now other things. Because in this other paragraph, maybe you mentioned about pocket money can teach young people the budgeting skills. It can also teach what all those things there in the other paragraph. Now, in the second paragraph, you need to acknowledge what you said earlier on, maybe in one sentence, by using linking word. Despite the fact that pocket money teaches budgeting skills and A, B, C, and D that you can mention them, it has been discovered that it leads to, then you talk about the disadvantages now of pocket money. Then from there, in conclusion, you give now your stance. In conclusion, I think the issue of giving pocket money to children does not go without challenges. People have different views on the issue, which calls for further research. I personally think pocket money can teach young people aspects of budgeting. However, parents should get involved in, and then you continue there. So in that case, that's your strongest feeling about the topic, that pocket money is not good. It comes with challenges. You know what? A, B, C, and D. Then you conclude there. So it's very much important for you to understand the question. Thank you very much for watching. And I'm going to continue in the next video about expository article. Thank you.